If Biden wins, you're going to have a stock market collapse, the likes of which you've never had. You will have a collapse.
They said the stock market will boom if I'm elected. If he's elected, the stock market will crash.
Okay.
12 seconds later.
Fox News alert here as we take a look at the markets. And the U.S. stock market continues to hit record high after record high. You're looking at a fresh 300-point gain on the Dow right now, hitting its highs of the session. The S&P 500, which is a snapshot of the broader U.S. stock market, is hitting an all-time high, surpassing the previous record set 2 years ago.
Finished the week 10-year about 4.14%.
Now, former President Trump has said the market is rallying because he's going to be reelected president.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
Others believe the market is rallying because Joe Biden is going to be defeated. Whoops, I think that's the same thing. Still, others believe the market is up because the Fed's going to slash interest rates and juice the economy to get Biden reelected.
At no point in your rambling, incoherent response are you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought.
No bar too low, no lie too extravagant to amplify for Dominion's #1 customers.
Real quick, final question on the Dow, S&P 500, U.S. stock market hitting all-time highs today. Second record so far in 2024.
It may be setting up for disappointment. On the other hand, Donald Trump has said several times the last few days the stock market's rallying because it's anticipating that he will return to the presidency.
Oh, that's right, folks. When it comes to another signifying moment for the Biden economy, that being a record-breaking stock market, trust the professional verbal gymnasts hired by Rupert Murdoch's network to take this victory for Biden, and much like their cult leader is doing as a fresh campaign strategy, try to attribute it to Trump himself.
I think the fact that I'm leading in the polls is what's keeping the stock market up, because I stand for everything that the stock market should be standing for, and it's very important. And I think if you saw numbers go down, which you haven't seen, it's been a steady rise up. Everyone's waiting. When will it happen? Well, maybe it will, maybe it won't, but it's been like this right from the beginning. But that's what's keeping the stock market up, in my opinion. A lot of people are saying that I stood up for
It's up around 400 points. The Kudlow Trust is doing well. Techs and AI stocks are leading the way. Now, former President Trump has said the market is rallying because he's going to be reelected president. Others believe the market is rallying because Joe Biden is going to be defeated. Whoops, I think that's the same thing. Still, others believe the market is up because the Fed's going to slash interest rates and juice the economy to get Biden reelected. I personally don't buy into that. You would think Joe Biden would be crowing about a record market on his watch. Problem is, he hates rich people. He's anti-business. He doesn't like the stock market at all, hates corporate profits, and he's afraid to talk about it.
Real quick, final question on the Dow, S&P 500, U.S. stock market hitting all-time highs today. Second record so far in 2024. If we can pop up the Dow, what's happening here and what? I don't know. We were scratching our heads earlier. You're talking about the resiliency. I can give you my take. I think there's still great anticipation that the Fed's going to cut rates this year.
I agree. I think that's exactly right. It may be setting up for disappointment. On the other hand, Donald Trump has said several times the last few days the stock market's rallying because it's anticipating that he will return to the presidency. Oh! I just thought I'm not saying that analytically. That is his view. My experience with Mr. Trump in the years that I worked for him, he's a very good investor. Knows how things work. So you can take it for what it's worth, okay, Sandra?
Good to have you here, Larry.
The Kudlow Trust is doing very well no matter what the reason, and I'm happy about that. Is my saintly wife.
A lot of Americans looking at their 401k today.
It's a good day.
They're feeling the same way.
Enjoy.
Enjoy. Larry, thank you so much. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you at 4 o'clock on FBN. John?
Honestly, it's one thing to blatantly lie to your audience, but it is another to outright humiliate yourself by thinking that a record-breaking economy at present may be because of a possible change in the administration that is 12 months down the line. I mean, this is how little they think of their audience, that they would pig out on such low-hanging fruit. I mean, they're not even trying anymore. Merely a few segments away from attributing Biden's happy marriage to the fact that Trump is just showing him what not to do, so therefore it's really Trump that should be given the credit.
That jobless rate, 3.7%, this is still in a band of 50-year lows for the unemployment rate. December adding a stronger than expected 216,000 jobs. That brings the net gain for the year, Anna, at 2.7 million jobs added.
And I've said it before, right? Yes, it is important to not ignore Fox, as it is one of the most watched cable news channels in America. It simply won't make it go away, but anyone who fails to condemn this outright propaganda for what it is enabling the spread of disinformation. As someone who despises the idea of unmitigated allegiance to a political affiliation without any healthy discourse, there are few things that upset me more than how so few Americans understand the magnitude of what the Biden administration has accomplished regarding the economy.
About the economy, sir, what's your outlook on the economy next year?
All good. Take a look. Start reporting it the right way.
Where do we go from here? 20 seconds to defend Joe Biden, the indefensible.
We go right back to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue because we do have good economic news. But the media doesn't want to cover it. He is correct about that. He shouldn't just say, you're looking at the wrong thing. They need to communicate this better. But we got revised third quarter GDP growth up to 4.9%. Unheard of. Consumer confidence went up 14%, largest jump in a decade. Inflation is running at an annualized rate below Powell's target, which is why he's talking about a rate cut. Personal income's up. Grocery and energy prices down last month. In the Quinnipiac poll, this part of it is really important. They did a forward-looking question. What do you think 2024 is going to be like? 48% say the economy is going to be better, and 62% think that they are going to be better off in the next year. When is the election? November 2024. Democrats, make your case. There is a case to be made.
From what it inherited to the results now, it's almost hard to fathom. And because of propaganda like this, it blurs the lines for people. And because polls show that Americans attribute economic growth to gas prices, what does Trump do? He lies about them.
All in the wrong places. I had no inflation and I had the greatest economy ever. We had gasoline at $1.87. Now it's $4 or $5.
Good news. Gas prices are down, stocks are hitting all-time highs, and consumer confidence is starting to rebound.
And what does Fox do? They amplify it.
The country looks a hell of a lot better than it did on January 6th. And I do know from what...
Honestly,
what?
I don't know.
What?
I mean,
really?
There's been so much
Have you
unrest.
seen the footage?
Have you seen the border? Have you seen gas prices? Have you seen inflation?
Have
you seen schools?
So it's on us to get that message out, to highlight the infrastructure bill, to showcase the cancelling of student loan debt, and how there are countless testimonies of everyday Americans whose lives have been changed forever as a result.
Some New Hampshire voters are grateful for President Biden's forgiveness efforts.
I wasn't able to pay my loans back over so many years, and they went into default, and that was holding me back from being able to go to college again, which I want to do. So this helped me out with my credit as well.
College loan forgiveness is one issue that all the GOP candidates agree on. None of them are for student loan forgiveness. They all oppose it.
I don't say this out of blind allegiance. Trust me, there are countless issues I don't agree with this administration on, and I have vocalized them. But the economy is not one. These are just the facts.
Thanks so much for watching. We're only a few subscribers short of 2 million subs. Please subscribe right now to the MeidasTouch YouTube channel for free and help us grow this unapologetically pro-democracy network.